I didn't know what was going on with TikTok until like 5 minutes ago. So I've read like two articles from the internet to just talk about it. And I'm going to link the articles down in the description. I think it might even be a third one because there's this whole thing with Elon Musk. Either way, pretty much this is a roundabout what's happening with the TikTok situation. Some of it can be taken with a pinch of salt, probably all of it. But as most people know, Trump hated TikTok. He did not like TikTok at all. He wanted it banned. But then now on a phone interview, he said like, oh yeah, there would be like a 90-day reprieve from the ban, meaning there would be like an extension on the time where TikTok could actually sell off their company, which I believe was only supposed to happen if TikTok had like shown interest in actually selling. The problem, of course, being TikTok didn't have interest in selling for the longest of time and was made it known that that wasn't going to happen because their algorithm really good. It keeps a lot of people hooked. I mean, TikTok has 1 billion downloads, so of course that is a pretty big pull to have. I mean, it's technically only 170 million users in America, but it's still like the whole world's kind of interconnected and everything, so it still affects it. So I guess the biggest thing being blamed for Trump mind being changed is this. He met briefly with one of the investors of TikTok, and all of a sudden he's like, "Oh no, TikTok's good now." You know what? I wonder why he. We're doing this live. Banning TikTok would empower Facebook. The people. No. Nah. Bro's like, nah, China's a menace. But Mark Zuckerberg's more menacing. Relax. And then another weird thing against like Trump's support for TikTok is that he like a lot of people are trying to buy the app even without the algorithm, because I think just like the name is already such a big thing, because I'll say the algorithm is like the heavy, like the opener, I guess, like the beginning. It's like the thing that the hook. It's the thing that brought a bunch of people in, but now like the product has been made. The algorithm is not, I don't think it's not the only selling point now. Like the actual TikTok name itself is already a big thing, and then just being able to have an app that behaves similarly, even if it had an algorithm as like butchered as Facebook's or something, I still think that it would be as good. And then this China is weighing, oh crap, China is weighing a sale to Elon Musk. That is also another article which I will link. So a lot of people are saying that a lot of people are saying that it's going to be sold to Elon Musk because Tesla is like really big in, or like Tesla relies on China a bunch because it's like their second largest market. So it would make sense that if they wanted to sell it to anyone, it would be like a really China centric American, if you want to put it like that. Another like alternative that Trump mentioned, or just like a short time thing, was to have like a 50% ownership of the actual a 50% ownership of TikTok. By doing that, or you would temporarily save TikTok, it would give just like a temporary relief for it. But of course at some point they still want to have it for whatever reason. Like I think that the 50% like ownership is still technically a divest. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's still technically divest thing, and it would still allow the like, this is only for the American portion, of course. They're not selling the Chinese 50% of the Chinese portion if that did happen. But yeah, I think that that makes more sense. Or I think that that still could have been acceptable versus like, oh yeah, no, you have to sell it anyways. But back to the algorithm, I think that like, again, I don't think the algorithm is that big of a selling point anymore. What I'm curious about is what this investor told him though, because like, you know, maybe Trump felt threatened. I actually no, I think Trump has like a big head. So even if the investor was like, oh yeah, so if you try to ban TikTok, it's going to ruin everything, I don't think Trump would have went for that. He would just been like, nah, I him. Maybe there's something convincing him that TikTok might, or like the TikTok algorithm might somehow end up on like Facebook or something. I don't know. Apparently it's the enemy of the people. Honestly, kind of not wrong. But again, I don't see how TikTok plays into that necessarily. I guess just separating people and creating this market where you can kind of, or just creating diversity in opinion is better than having, you know, just one solid opinion that everyone's forced to live by. I guess that would be one argument of like, oh yeah, this is technically a defense. And then maybe this investor has somehow come up with some kind of explanation that just only makes sense in Trump's head. Again, I don't know what was said. Might be available online, but I don't think that it is what was shared, because I feel like it would be a bit more than Facebook's the enemy of the people. Why was that said? I honestly don't know, but yeah, that'll be all. I think kind of clarified why TikTok is back. You know, Trump wants it back. It might just be back for the next 3 months and never to be seen again. Or Elon Musk is going to have another site where he can have free speech. Notice the quotations: free speech, free speech. You know what, let me write it for y'all. Let me write it for y'all. Free speech. Free speech, guys. Like, subscribe. Goodbye.